What's up, you for today's video? We're my full Ash Ketchum Pokemon Journeys team. It's been a minute since we've done a Ash Ketchum team, but here we are. So we got Gigantamax Pikachu, Dragonite, which is awesome, definitely not biased about that, Gengar, Riolu, Farfetch Galar, and Mr. Mime or Mimey. If you want to check me out on Twitch, make sure you do this where I do all my live Pokemon battles, theme teams, Pokemon sweeps, shiny hunts, and all other games. Link is in the description of the video, and let's get into these battles. Now, spoiling you people again, I've got 3 battles and I really hope you enjoy this video. Now today I'm going to be doing a double upload. I should have done a Melmetal Gigantamax sweep before this, so if you didn't see that one, make sure you check it out on the channel. It's only newly released. Okay, the first battle we have is against Blagi101. This is on my Twitch, and we got a Rotom lead. So Riolu is going to have Vacuum Wave, Force Palm. It's got all fighting type moves, right? So it cannot do anything at all. Now I will say right here, I'm only using the moves that Ash Ketchum gave his Pokemon at this point in time in the Pokemon Journeys anime, right? So we got the Rotom going for a Rising Voltage there, doing a lot of damage to Galar Farfetch. Now Galar Farfetch only has 2 moves, Night Slash and Brutal Swing. That's all it has in this point in the game. So Ash needs a little bit more training, I think, and Farfetch is going to go down. Nothing I can do here. A very, very rough start to the battle. Now, the EVs on Galar Farfetch are Max Health and Max Attack Adamant Nature, and Riolu is Max Speed and Max Attack Adamant Nature. So we're going to go into Gengar. Gengar's got Nightshade, Psychic, Ice Punch, and Shadow Ball. It's got a physical move, which is kind of cool, and it's also got fixed damage. So I gave Gengar some pretty regular EVs there, Max Speed and Max Special Attack, Timid Nature, and I popped on a Life Orb too for a little bit more damage. Gengar was definitely one of the best Pokemon on this team. So we're going to dispose of that first Rotom, and the next Rotom is going to be Rotom Wash. You probably can guess this team. It's a full Rotom team. I actually think we need a Rotom Toilet. Like, that would be absolutely amazing. You could flush your enemies away. So I'm going to swap my Gengar out here because Rotom Wash is a pretty dang good Pokemon, and I'm thinking about swapping a Mimey and maybe setting up a light screen, right? So the washing machine is going to open, and it's going to fire a big beam of water at my Mr. Mime there. Takes a lot of damage, but I'm able to withstand it because Mime's got some okay special defense. So I've got Focus Sponge, the Psychic, the Light Screen, and Reflect, right? And I've got the, nearly said Soft Sand, the Light Clay as the item there. So that's going to make the Light Screen last for 8 turns. Now, all I can do right there is set up on the Mr. Mime, and then I'm going to go down to a Thunderbolt. Nothing I could have done there. Rotom Wash is a very scary Pokemon. So, at the moment, I'm really struggling here with Ash's team. Ash, you got to step your game up, my man. You got to give me some better moves. So, we got Electro Red, Thunderbolt, Iron Tail, and Quick Attack on Pikachu, Max Speed, and Max Special Attack, and I gave it the Light Ball as the item. Now, I was only allowed to Gigantamax Pikachu in these battles, right? I wasn't allowed to do it to any other Pokemon, so I pretty much had to do exactly what Ash Ketchum would do, right? So we got the big Gigantamax Pikachu, there's the big P, and we got the big P going up here, and what I can do, right, is I can go for a Thunderbolt, or Gigantamax Pikachu's move, G-Max Volt Crash, right? Now, this was pretty strong in Gigantamax. It did a lot of damage, and I was very good against the Rotom Wash there, so I was very happy that I outspeed and took that out in one shot. Now, the next Pokemon we got is Rotom Mower. Now, this is going to be interesting. All I've got to use against it is Max Strike, and that's coming off Quick Attack, so it's not going to do a lot of damage. So I thought, well, my best play here just to go for my G-Max move again and get as much damage as humanly possible against this thing. Now I'm thinking, okay, what can it do to me? The best move that it could probably do is possibly Leaf Storm, right? Outside of that, I don't think it's going to be able to do much else. So it's going to pop that Leaf Storm, does about half my health there. It's going to drop its special attack, but it's got the White Herb, right? So those stat drops are going to be reverted. So I know that it's going to go for another one, but I'm pretty sure Pikachu can hold on here. It's going to have like a little bit of extra health in the G-Max too, which helps it survive. Normally Pikachu, Pikachu ain't going to live a Leafage, right? If it's in non-Gigantamax. So we got another Leaf Storm here. I do manage to live that on 23 health, and now we got actually a little bit of an opportunity here. I know Pikachu won't be able to take Rotom out, but this could be a good opportunity to send one of my Pokemon in and maybe set up the opponent like against this Rotom, right? Or even like a free swap, right? So go for Thunderbolt. That's my best move against the Rotom. You know, it does probably about as much as Quick Attack would have done, right? And now we got another Leaf Storm from Rotom, and it's going to take me up. I think they were a little bit scared that Lightning Rod. Pikachu's got Static as its ability too. Mr. Mime's got Filter, and all the, Rilo's got Prankster. Okay, the next Pokemon we got is Dragonite. So Dragonite has actually not a bad moveset here. Well, it's okay. Dragon Dance and Dragon Claw, which is good. The other moves are Hurricane and High Beam, which is not so good. So I ran this one as max speed and max attack, and now Rotom's going to go for Hex. I'm like, Hex. Does this have a status move like Thunder Wave? I think it might have Thunder Wave, so what I'm going to do, right, I thought this would be a prime opportunity to go for Dragon Dance as many times as I possibly could, right? So go for one Dragon Dance here, which is really good. I'm going to go for another one. They're going to have to swap out here to do any damage to me at all. And they stayed in, I'm like, okay, they're definitely going to go for a Thunder Wave here, right? I'm going to assume they're going to go for that. So go for my second Dragon Dance here, which is really good. Got that attack, got that speed up, and then it uses Willow Miss, and it lands. It doesn't miss. So Dragonite's attack is going to be half now. Normally, I'd run a Lumbray on Dragonite, but this time I was running Heavy Duty Boots. So just picture, Dragonite flying in there, right, and wearing a big old pair of boots. Actually, that's kind of weird. So what I'm thinking right here, I've got nothing to lose. I may as well go for as many Dragon Dances as possible right now. If I go for 6 Dragon Dances, even with a burn, I'm going to be doing some pretty good damage, right? And Rotom, I mean, what's Rotom going to do? Do Hex and do like 2 damage to me? So it's going to go for another Hex there. The light screen's up. It's at like negative, I think it's at negative 4 in special attack now. So it's doing like hardly any damage. The only bonus it's getting is from me being status, and Hex getting that double base power. So go for my 4th Dragon Dance here. I'm going to try and get a Dragonite sweep at this point in the game. I was like, this is going to be my only way to even get back remotely into this game, right? So Rotom's going to pop off a Substitute there. It just has enough health to pull that one off, but it doesn't really matter because Dragonite can easily give it a little scratch with its claws and break that Substitute pretty easy. So at the point, we got 4 Dragon Dances. So I'm like, well, in case it does try and do something with Substitute, I'm just going to break Substitute. I don't want to allow it to have that, and I'm just going to take it out here, like after this, right? So Rotom is going to go for another Hex, and the light, I think at this point, the light screen is almost run out here. I think that could have been the last turn of light screen. So taking some more burn damage there, and we still got some more light screens. So like, okay, should I go for another one or not? It's like, let's go for another Dragon. I may as well. I'm at half health. I'm going to outspeed absolutely everything. I may be able to just go through and one-shot every single one of these Pokemon, hopefully. So that is my 5th Dragon Dance there. It's not often you get 5 Dragon Dances up on a Dragonite. And now they're going to go for a Hex here. So at this stage, I'm not really taking huge amounts of damage. So Dragonite's going to take another round from the burn there. And now this is the point where I thought, should I just do 6 Dragon Dances and then go for the sweep? I mean, I might take 2 to 3 Pokemon down, and I've still got Gengar in the back and maybe Rylou for, Focus Sash set against the Dynamax. So I was like, okay, let's go for 6 Dragon Dances. I've got, like, sometimes, guys, you got to go all the way, right? You got to move from first and second base. So we got those 6 Dragon Dances up, right? And now we got another Hex here from the Rotom. Now, this did a little bit more damage than I thought it would after the burn, and I was like, okay, well, look at it this way. I've got 3 turns of Dragonite at +6 in attack. That I should be able to bury at least 2 Pokemon. Maybe not the Dynamax one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw and take out the Rotom Mower. So we still got all the other Rotom appliances left. I'd actually really like another Rotom appliance when Gen 4 remake comes out, or if and when it does come out. I definitely want it to come out. So Rotom Fridge is going to come in here. I know that Blizzard is definitely coming my way, but I'm at +6, man. I'm loaded up, even with a burn. There is no way this thing is going to be able to live. Maybe if it goes for Dynamax, it's possibly like the only chance it'll get. But they are not going to go for Dynamax. I was like, cool, this will definitely take it out easy. And Rotom has a Focus Sash. I wasted all those 6 turns of setting up against Rotom, and it hits the Blizzard, and I'm on like 14 health. That's just so, like, it didn't even go for a Thunderbolt. It went for a Blizzard. That's just mean. My audience is trolling me hard. So Rotom needs to go, like, this Rotom is got to go down. I've got to get some disrespect after that. So it's on 1 health. I thought, well, let's go for a Vacuum Wave here and vacuum up the Rotom Fridge, right? So go for that. This Rylou is max attack and max speed, and Vacuum Wave is just there to finish off like Pokemon on 1 health, like that Rotom, for example. Now, I've got Double Team on there as well. That was a move that Rylou had on it too. Now, Rylou's like the egg Pokemon, and I believe Rylou is going to hatch, well, after it's hatched, it's going to evolve into Lucario soon at this stage. So I thought, well, might as well go for a Force Palm here. Rotom Oven is going to go for a Overheat. Now, I've got Focus Sash on this set, so the good thing about that is it's going to have its special attack drop. Well, if it doesn't have a White Herb or anything, right? I wasn't really sure at this point, and it seemed to not have a White Herb. So going for Force Palm here. Force Palm actually does pretty nice damage. It's almost a 3-hit KO. So I was thinking for a sec, maybe I should go for a Prankster double team and get some double teams going. Then I could go for a very powerful reversal against the Rotom. Now, this move is going to be pretty powerful. I'm not sure if it'll take it out, but it'll get very, very close, right? And I thought, well, might as well go for it and see what happens, right? I could possibly keep going for double team here. So go for double team. I'm going to outspeed you to Prankster, right? Now, I got that +1 in evasiveness up, and Overheat misses. Now, Overheat isn't 100% actually, at this point in time. So it's like, okay, I should just go for Reversal Nut, and hopefully it'll miss. And the third one, not the second one, is going to land, and Rilo is going to go down. That was a little bit unlucky there, but that's how it is with evasion. Sometimes it works in your way, sometimes it doesn't, right? So my last Pokemon is Gengar, and Gengar is the Shadow Ball Life Orb set. So my best bet here would be to go for a Shadow Ball. This is my most powerful move, and definitely on the spot here, my most powerful Pokemon, just straight up damage. Like Dragonite and Gengar were the MVPs of this team. So Rotom Oven is going to go down there. That Life Orb Shadow Ball doing a lot of damage there. Very, very powerful. So the last Pokemon is Rotom Fan. So I was like, oh no, not Rotom Fan. This is very problematic. Now, my Riley from before, I was worried about this, right? Because even if I took out that Rotom Oven, right, Reversal would have done like 3 damage. Now, my only hope here, I know that I can't take Rotom Fan out, right? I definitely know that I can't take it out. Now, my only option here would be to go for an Ice Punch and try and go for a Freeze Axe with Ice Punch, and then I'll just spam Shadow Ball like I've, never spammed it before. So we got the Master Ball Rotom Fan here, and this is probably going to be, this is my biggest fan on YouTube, right? Look how big my fan is. Man, I just imagine, right? Imagine Rotom Fan using like a flying type move. That actually should do more damage than usual, because that's one big fan. Like look at that blade rotating around. So I can go for an Ice Punch here. Hopefully I can get a Freeze Axe there. It glitched even, but people, I didn't get the Ice Punch, and unfortunately now it's gonna throw a cup, a chair, and a gumboot at me and take my Gengar out. I tried my very best there against a pretty powerful team, I might add, and what an awesome battle there. A really cool Thief team, and we'll get on to the second battle. But this team was tough, really, really tough. Like, when you take away Gengar and Dragonite, this team isn't really good at all. It's pretty much hot smoking trash. Okay, battle number 2 today. This one was against Stally, and we got a Taurus lead, which is quite funny because, fun little fact here, most of Ash's, I almost think a third or a quarter of Ash's, every Pokemon Ash Ketchum's ever caught is Tauros, right? When he caught like 69 of them. So he basically went to the Safari Zone, basically caught every Tauros in existence and just left, So we got the Tauros swapping out here. A little bit scared of my Farfetch'd Gala. It's going to do like 3 damage from Night Slash. Go for Night Slash on the Lola Weezing there. So Lola Weezing, Gala Weezing. What plan am I on? So getting 3 damage on the Smog there. I got to swap out. All I've got is Brutal Swing. The only reason I'd use Brutal Swing would be in a doubles battle, and in this situation, yeah, it wasn't the greatest play. So now Weezing is going to go for a Curse. It's like, okay, physical Weezing. Maybe they're running max health and max special defense and Curse and some attacking moves, right? Now, this Mr. Mime is max speed and max special attack. Its Psychic will hit pretty hard, but outside that, none of its other moves are really going to do too much, right? So Focus Punch is going to do nothing. Psychic is my best play. I could set up a Reflect here. I really could, but I really don't want this Pokemon to set up against me, and I've got the type advantage too there. So going for the Psychic against the Weezing, and that is going to drop it in one shot. So that's really nice there. A bulky Pokemon out of the way. Like, if I didn't get that out of the way early, I could have had some real bad problems, late game. So now we got another bulky Pokemon, Togetic here. Every time you see a Togetic, basically it's going to be running Everlight, right? And you know it's going to be hard to get around. So I'm thinking, I could go for Psychic to try and get a special defense drop, and also just see whether it was running an Everlight or it was just like a sweeping set, which I was very doubtful about. So as you can see, Psychic did no damage at all, and Togetic is going to go for a Ancient Power. So, okay, it's probably going to be Serene Grace. Then I'm like, yes, it's definitely going to be Serene Grace, because the first Ancient Power that it got a boost right away. So this thing is going to be super bulky now. So go for another Psychic on my Mr. Mime, and obviously Togetic obviously runs Roost, right? Most of them do. It's a very good support Pokemon. Now, it's going to have Metronome, and it's going to go for a Grudge. Well, Togetic, I can tell you this right now, there's no way I'm going to be able to take you out. So if people don't know what the move Grudge does, right? It's not a very common move. Say the opponent uses Grudge, right? They hold a Grudge against you, right? And you take them out. Somehow you take the Pokemon out. The entire PP of that move will be depleted. It's very unique, but it doesn't happen very often, right? It's not a move you hardly use at all. And maybe trolling purposes, that's about it. So now Togetic is going to go for a Tri-Attack, boosted from that Ancient Power, does a lot of damage to Mimey, and Mimey's going to go for another Psychic here. Out of all of Ash's team too, his current team, Mimey was the only one that was actually nicknamed too. So Togetic is going to go for another Ancient Power, and Mime is going to go down. Also, this is a question for people in the comments section. What favorite Pokemon on Ash's team do you like the most? I mean, you can include Pikachu if you... Actually, let's not include Pikachu. Let's include the other 5 Pokemon. What's your favorite Pokemon out of his team? Or what do you think he should get on his team? So, this is time for Pikachu here. Gigantamax, I have to take out this Togetic right now, right? I don't think there's any other Pokemon that actually do the job. Like what's Dragon going to do? Hurricane. So go for the big old Pikachu here, and we're going to go for another, yet a big P here. Man, I actually quite like Pikachu Gigantamax. It's sort of grown on me. I think because it's like super thick as well. So what I'm going to do is go for my G-Max Volt Crash here, which is going to be super effective against the Togetic, and that is enough to take it out. I was really, really happy about that one. I was a little bit worried it might live. So Togetic is down there, and maybe I'm thinking they're running like max health, max defense on their Togetic. It's already got quite good special defense. Now, the next Pokemon is Buneary, and like, what's Buneary going to do? So I was having a little feeling here. I was like, this is probably going to have to be a Focus Sash, unless they're just going to straight up sacrifice it, right? Which they're kind of doing, but they're kind of not. So it's got the Focus Sash. I get the Paralyze, right? Gigantamax, Pikachu always Paralyzes, and they're going to go for Endeavor. So that was a really good play there. The only thing about when a Pokemon's in Gigantamax, right? Endeavor, like moves like Endeavor scale differently, right? Normally they scale off your health. So if I wasn't a big old Pikachu, right, I would have been on 1 health. So they're going to go for a priority move there. I think it might have been like Quick Attack, and that is going to go down to a max Steel Spike. I was like, may as well boost Pikachu's defense by 1 stage. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, but, you know, I may as well get like a free boost up there. So Buneary is going to go down. We've got Taurus and 2 other Pokemon there. Now, next Pokemon is Taurus is back in, and Pikachu is going to be small again. Now, Taurus is quite a fast Pokemon. At this stage, I wasn't sure if it was going to be max speed, but it is going to be max speed, and it's going to be Pikachu Squishy, and Pikachu's going to go down. Poor little Pikachu just got squished by a, I'm guessing this is Sheer Force Taurus, right? Now, my next Pokemon is Rhyhorn. I was like, okay, Rhyhorn will do pretty good against this. What I can do, right, is I could straight go for Reversal where I know that I'm going to get outsped. I know that Reversal will do a pretty good amount of damage. I could go for Reversal and Backing Wave combo. That should be enough to almost take out a sweeping Tauros. However, the Taurus is going to be swapping out here, and Wailord is just going to be sliding straight into the battle. It's beautiful purpleness. Really like shiny Wailord. Looks very, very good. So went for Reversal there. It's going to do like 1 damage to Wailord, and I got to swap out Rhyhorn. I really need Rhyhorn. You will see why, because there's 2 Pokemon left that are very weak to fighting, especially one of them. Now, Wailord is going to go for an Avalanche here. That did a little bit too much damage to my Farfetch'd Galar to not be Choice Band, right? So go for the Night Slash. Does a lot of damage. They're getting that spicy critical hit against the Wailord. Now Wailord's going to go for Avalanche and take out my Farfetch'd Galar. But I was very happy with Farfetch'd Galar there getting that crit, because that really put, Wailord's in a great position to take out now. I could swap in Rhyhorn. I could swap in my Gengar. Either one of these Pokemon could just slide in and take it out, right? So go for Shadow Ball, Life Orb on the Wailord. Wailord will definitely not live that one, and it's going to be going down. So the Dynamax Pokemon is either going to be the Taurus or the other Pokemon you haven't seen yet. So the next Pokemon is Bisharp. So Bisharp is 4 times weak to fighting, right? I'm thinking, well, Rhyhorn will be really good against that, right? Say if it attacks me, right? Puts me on a Focus Sash, I could go for Reversal and do a lot of damage. I'm not saying that's probably going to take it out, but it will do a fire amount of damage, right? Now, the only thing right here, if you look at my Gengar set, Shadow Ball's going to do nothing. Psychic's not going to affect it. Nightshade's only going to do a fixed amount of damage. And Ice Punch, well, the only thing I can do is Freeze Stack. So I'm in a horrible position here. So going for the Nightshade, that's the best move I could possibly do. Nightshade, Life Orb, people only on PIMPNITE's channel. Now, Bisharp's going to go for a max Airstream here. I'm thinking this could be a special set, because there's no way a Bisharp wouldn't be able to one-shot a Gengar, right? Man, it actually looks really good in Dynamax. So look at that big that spike on its chest. What would you call it? Like a skeleton? I don't know. Maybe not a skeleton. I'm not sure. Like, it's like a claw thing. Maybe there's a official word for it. I'm sure someone will help me out in the comment section. So Gengar's going to go down there to critical hit, which totally mattered. And that is goodbye to Gengar. So Bishop has got one more turn in Dynamax. Now, Riola's best option here would be to go for a reversal, because I know I'm going to get outsped, right? They've got +2 in speed. So I was like, okay, let's go for reversal, and then, like, say if it goes, even if it goes for max guard, expecting reversal, I can easily try and attack it afterwards. Not that I don't think they'll go for that, because they'll definitely go for an attacking move right now. So we got the max steel spike. This is going to bolster the defense by one stage. They're like, okay, this may allow them to live this attack, but possibly I could take them out with Vacuum Wave afterwards, right? If this doesn't take it out. I knew it would do a lot of damage. I wasn't quite sure with the +1. So that was still enough to take out Bishop there due to that 4 times weakness. And it's going to be going down. So that was excellent. Now, I've only got one more Pokemon left outside of Riley, which is my Dragonite, right? But I was in a pretty strong position. Now, Taurus is going to come back into the battle. And I'm going to go for Vacuum Wave. So let's go for Vacuum Wave right now. Get some, speed. Now, Taurus, right, is going to go for Horn Drill. I'm like, Horn Drill? Maybe they expected me to swap into Dragonite. So I'm like, okay, let's go for a Vacuum Wave again. More damage than merrier, right? And Taurus is going to go for Horn Drill again. I'm like, wait a second. Why would they be going for Horn Drill on a Pokemon that's on 1 health? It's like, at this stage, I'm thinking, is Tauros Choice Scarfed at this stage? Oh, I wasn't sure, so I had to go for Vacuum Wave again to outspeed it, but at the same time, I was worried that it actually would hit right, and now Tauros is going to land a Horn Drill on my Raiolo, so all I've got left is my Dragonite, right? And remember, Dragonite will get outsped by the Tauros too, but if I land one Dragon Claw against it, I'll take it out. So this is it, people. This is the deciding turn, and Tauros lands 2 Horn Drills in a row against my team. That really sucks. Now, it did turn out to be a Choice Scarf Tauros with Horn Drill and Fissure. So there you go, people. Ash got beaten by Horn Drill. That was the second battle. A really close game there at the end. I didn't realize early enough that it was actually a Horn Drill Choice Scarf set, right? Which is, I guess, was a little bit that sort of messed me up there, right? Now, the third and final battle, this one was against Jay, and we've got a pretty interesting theme team here. Let me know if you can figure it out. Now, I will say one thing real quick here. This was actually taken live from my Twitch VOD, so there may be a couple of little emotes and stuff flying across the screen because I forgot to record the first battle in my stream as a raw, right? So you may see a couple of tiny little glitches and emotes flying across the screen. So don't worry about that. It's all good. So we got a Bergmite lead here. I'm going to go for Psychic. I'm thinking they're probably going to have Sturdy, but it didn't matter because Mime is going to go down to a Gyro Ball. So poor Mr. Mime is going to go down there. I was hoping for an early lead, but I didn't get it. Next Pokemon I'm going to be swapping here is my Galar Fetch. I'm going to go for the Night Slash here and finish off the Bergmite there. Nearly said big Avalugg. I really liked in the Crown Tundra, the Avalugs were like in the water as icebergs. That was super cool. So the next Pokemon here is the small battery. I went for a Night Slash there. I had a little notification come up there. Had to sort of do a little cut there. And we got a Charge Bug using a Charge Beam here. Now this Charge Bug caused me a fair bit of trouble because it was very stolen, right? So go for the Night Slash against the Charge Bug there. It does pretty good damage, and then it went for a Charge Beam, right? And I got it very close to taking it out, and there's my Kappa phase, and then they went for a rest, right? So small battery pretty much got through all my Night Slashes, and then it healed itself up full, right? Now, I thought, well, eventually I'm going to have to get a critical hit against this thing, right? If I can get the crit, it'll be really good. So I get the first crit there, which was very good. Now, Charger Bug is going to be asleep, and it's going to have Snore as attack. I thought, okay, it doesn't have Sleep Talk, it's got Snore. So go for another Night Slash here against the Charger Bug. I do not get the second crit there, but I have put it in sort of a range I could actually take it out. So now Charger Bug is going to go for another Snore against my Farfetch'd Galar, and it is going to faint, unfortunately. Next Pokemon here we got is the Gengar, and that's a shiny Deoxys. What I'm going to be doing here is going for a Shadow Ball, finishing off this Charge Bug so it can no longer stall me. It was getting super annoying. So small battery is going to go down. Man, you should have gone for Duracell. So taking a little bit of life orb damage there. The next Pokemon is the Small Pork, which is the Swinub. So I guess this is like a small team, I guess you could say. So Swinub I thought may have Earthquake or Ice Shard, one of those two moves. It's going to have the Focus Sash as its item. So this is going to be a special Swinub set, and they're going to go for an Earth Power here. Now, since it's a special set, Gengar has some pretty okay special defense, and I managed to live. Now, the problem about using another attack after this, I am going to go down to the Life Orb damage. So, what I did right is I take the Swinub out with the Disrespect Nightshade, and I'm going to go down there to the Life Orb damage. But that's how the cookie crumbles, right? So, we both taken out 3 Pokemon on either side of the team. Now, my next Pokemon here is my Riolu, right? Now, the next Pokemon to come out is the Wimpod. So it's like, okay, Wimpod, this should be interesting. So Wimpod's going to go outspeed me and go for a Sand Attack, right? So, okay, Sand Attack could be a little bit annoying because that's going to drop my accuracy, right? So I went for a Force Palm, and my Force Palm lands, which is really good there, right? So I just do enough damage for it to not have its ability kick in, and I thought, okay, well, since they're going to go for Sand Attacks, I may as well go for a couple of double teams, right? This could be giving me like a good opportunity against some of the other Pokemon, and I may actually be able to force a Dynamax, right? So Wimpod's going to go for a second Sand Attack here, and a third Sand Attack against my Riolu. What I did right before I had to cut that out, I actually used Force Palm and a miss. That's why I used 2 in a row. So go for Force Palm here and a miss again. This Sand Attack are really starting to hurt me. So I went for Vacuum Wave to try and get this Pokemon out of the battle with its Wimp out, and it didn't happen. So finally I land a Vacuum Wave, does enough damage for the small Isopod to Wimp out, to Baby Bottle out of the battle, and the next Pokemon to come in is this small Cucumber. Now, this is where the battle got a little bit long, exactly like something else. So what I did right, as I went for the Force Palm, it's going to miss, and now Pyukumuku, right, it goes for Screech. I'm like, okay, Screech on Pyukumuku, what are they going to be doing with this set? Have they got Throat Spray on that? And as soon as I was thinking that right, they got the Throat Spray activation, so it's going to boost the special attack. Now, the thing that I see about Throat Spray Pyukumuku only on PIMPNITE's channel, what they're going to be doing, right, is they're going to be definitely Dynamaxing Pyukumuku, right? And what they're going to be doing is they're going to be going for Screech, and they're going to be recycling the Throat Spray over and over. So they can keep going for Screech, like, multiple times to get as many Throat Spray activations as possible. Then what they'll do, right, is they'll go into Dynamax Pyukumuku, and then they'll go for a Max Mindstorm coming off Miracle, right? And that's going to be the set, so a pretty interesting set there. So go for some more Force Palms, and Pyukumuku is going to go for a Screech here, dropping my defense again. I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, Riolu does have the Focus Sash, so I know that I can live the first attack, and then the second attack will take me out. Then Pyukumuku will only have 1 turn in Dynamax. I could possibly send in my Pikachu Gigantamax against that, and hopefully take it out there, right? I'm not really sure what its ability is, whether it's in a doubt or unaware. At this point, I was very unaware of what it was. So finally, we have the Dynamax Pyukumuku there. That only took like 69 turns. Actually, that matchup there between Pyukumuku and Riolu was the longest part of the battle. I think it almost took half the battle to actually achieve Pyukumuku getting all those Screeches and Throat Spray activations, then recycling them back. So I go for the Vacuum Wave there. It's going to miss, and now we got the Max Mindstorm from the Pyukumuku on my Riolu, taking it all the way down to my Focus Sash. So now we got Psychic Terrain on the field as well. So living on my Sash here, I was hoping I could get a reversal off against the Pyukumuku to get some really good damage, and it lands, does some really, really good damage there, and now Pyukumuku is going to go for the Max Mindstorm. So now Pyukumuku is in range for Pikachu to do some solid damage. Possibly I could take this out too. I'm thinking if they're running a max special attack set and max health, I reckon that's the EVs they'd possibly be running, right? That's what I'd do if I was going for a sweeping Pyukumuku set, right? So I thought it's prime time. I swapped in my Gigantamax Pikachu, and man, we got to get a dub. I've lost both of my battles so far. So going into the big Pikachu here with 3 Cs, and now I can go for its G-Max move and hopefully take this annoying Pyukumuku out, right? Now, once again, I know if it does have Inner Doubt, if I do manage to take it out, I will sustain some sort of damage, but I did a little bit of damage to reversal, right? So I knew that it wouldn't be like really, really horrible if I did take it out, and I did. So it does have the Inner Doubt ability, it does about half my health, or a little bit less than half, and it is going to go down. So there's 2 Pokemon left. One of them is Wimpod. I don't even care about Wimpod at all. At this stage, I'll tell you something quite funny, right? Now, in comes the Ketchum. I actually forgot about Wimpod altogether. Like, I thought Ketchum was the very last Pokemon. And I also thought it had Electric Terrain in the field when I swapped it in. That's why I went for its Gigantamax move there. I read my chat. I looked back at the battle. I thought, okay, Electric Terrain's in the field. I'll just go for my G-Max move. That's why Lightning Rod happened, right? So I got roasted there by the Ketchum, but I did do as much damage as I possibly could anyway. Like, there was no way Pikachu could even get through Ketchum. Like, Max... I mean, Quick Attack, Iron Tail, and an Electrocute move. I was completely walled there. but I still had my Dragonite as the last Pokemon too. Now remember, at this stage, I forgot that Wimpod was the last Pokemon. I thought Pinch Urchin was the last one, right? The small little urchin. So now the Misty Train is going to disappear from the field. I didn't even see it on the field before, and I'm going to go into Dragonite. So at this stage, I thought, well, I may as well go for as many Dragonites as possible here. I know that they're not going to have any way of actually statusing me outside of, like, I guess, Thunder Wave or that sort of thing. I definitely think they're going to attack me. So here comes the Zing Zap. It's going to do very minimal damage to Dragonite. And I know the next one, I'm probably going to be able to live like 2 more of them, right? Coming from, Pinch Urchin. So what I could do is I could go for the Dragon Claw and try and take it out there. Does a lot of damage, but it does manage to live, getting another Zing Zap off. And that actually does some pretty good damage to me. So the next one could possibly take me out. So I was like, okay, I want to end this battle in style. I haven't used Hyper Beam on Dragonite yet. Remember, at this stage, I forgot about Wimpod, right? So firing off the Hyper Beam against the Pinch Urchin, it lands. I was super, super happy. And Small Urchin is, well, it's not going to be an Urchin anymore. So I was like, okay, good GG's, right? And then I forgot. Wimpod came, so Wimpod's going to come back in here. It goes for Facade, does like 3 damage to my Dragonite. I was like, oh man, I've got to take this out. Then I was like, okay, this is definitely the last Pokemon, right? Like, people were roasting me in chat saying GG with unknowns and stuff like that. I went for Hurricane, it missed, and it goes for another Facade. I was like, oh man, I've got to go for Dragon Claw this turn, because if I lose to this Pokemon, I'll be so salty. So go for Dragon Claw, and that is going to be the Wimpod down there. But a very, very close battle in the end there. Nearly a disaster with that Wimpod set. So we finally got the dub in the end. I really hope you enjoyed all 3 of these battles. Check out that G-Max Medal Suite from earlier on. All right, people. Peace out.